Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this session on the CEN and CENELEC common IT tools. So I hope everybody from the previous sessions has joined already. If not, we're registering this session, so it will be made available via the website as well, together with the presentation and the recording and the Q&A. So my colleagues Elisa, Anna, Eric, and Christel from the IT department will guide you through all the common tools that we have in-house and that help you to make your standardization life easier. So please, Elisa, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Els. So this is the agenda of this common session. So first of all, I will present you the CEN CENELEC Projex-Online. Then my colleague Anna will take the floor and present you the Zoom web conferences. Then I will make a live demo on a tool named Quick Search. My colleague Christel will show you the new CEN and CENELEC expert areas, and Eric will give an overview of the forthcoming evolutions. And then we will finish with some times for your question and answer. So first tool is CEN Projex-Online. Unfortunately, the timing is too short to give you a big overview of the tool, but we have recorded trainings that are available on the CEN and CENELEC expert areas, and I put here the link for your convenience. To access the tool, you have a direct link here, or you can access it via the CEN or CENELEC expert areas. A special feature that you can find on Projex-Online that I would like to focus on, because it's an interesting feature for you as technical body officers, it's the alert system. So you might have noticed that some work items has a small alert icon next to it. So if you go on the page of your technical committee, in the tab alerts, you can have an overview of all the projects that are under alert. So it means we have several types of alerts, and it means that an action is expected from the technical committee. So to know more about the alert, you may either mouse over the alert icon, or just to click on it. It will open a page where you will find more information of the meaning of the alert and what action are expected from you. Some information about Projex-Online. On the 5th of October 2020, the access of Projex-Online has been extended to the CEN and CENELEC experts. So before we used at CCMC to manage the access to Projex-Online manually, but now the access are based on the roles in the CEN Global Directory and on the CENELEC Expert Management System. So I put here the roles that give access to Projex-Online. But of course, for specific users like the NSB staff who do not have necessarily a role in a committee, we still manage this access manually. But you need to have at least an account either on the Global Directory or in EMS. Regarding the login, up to now, you had the possibility to either use your Global Directory or EMS account, or the CCMC local account that we gave to you. However, later today, we will deploy a new version of Projex-Online, and the only way to access this tool will be via the CIF, so the Standardization Identity Federation. And for that, you will need a CEN Global Directory or a CENELEC EMS account to connect. Okay, so now I give the floor to my colleague Anna.
Thank you, Elisa. So now I will talk about a bit more about Zoom. So I think most of you know already what Zoom is, but I will give you a bit of background information what we can provide you. So yeah, what is Zoom? It's a web conference tool, and we can provide you with a personal account and with no limitation in time. And it's a free access to the web conference facilities. Where can you find it? So on our CEN CENELEC homepage, you have a link here that guides you to it, and there you can find all information about it, and as well as how to request a Zoom account. It's best to send an email to webconf@cencenelec.eu with your name and your email address, with the organization, the reference of your TC and your eligible role in the TC, and if you already have a Zoom account. Because if you already have a Zoom account, we cannot create a second account with the same email address. So who is eligible for a Zoom account? It's all the active secretaries, conveners, and their assistants, and all acting secretaries plus support teams for TC, SC, and work group level. Also, all active chairpersons and their support teams. And if you're a project team leader, the eligibility is still under discussion, and it is treated on a case-to-case use. The restrictions. So we at CCMC, we recommend, of course, and support Zoom, but it is not mandatory to use Zoom for your web conferences. If you don't have Zoom, but you would like to join a Zoom meeting, you can also use your phone and dial in. So with every Zoom invite, there is a list of the different country phone numbers where you can dial in into the Zoom conference. And there is also a web or mobile application, and you can also use the Skype for Business client. The main features of Zoom are to organize CEN CENELEC meetings with video, audio, and collaboration. So you, with your Zoom account, can host meetings. You can schedule meetings also on behalf of someone else. Conferences can be held with up to 500 participants. You can record the meeting. You can share your screen. You can also make someone else a co-host who can also share a screen. You can use the meeting chat, and you can also use parallel rooms or workspaces, so-called breakout rooms. And there is non-verbal feedback mechanism is such as to raise a hand or to applause, etc. And the last feature is that you can conduct a survey. All information about Zoom and how we support it can be found, as I said, on our CEN CENELEC website. Here is the link to the website. Here is the link to the specific site about Zoom. We have also a link to the CEN CENELEC Quick Help and the CEN CENELEC Quick Guide. For every other question that you have regarding Zoom and the use of Zoom or the features, please send an email to webconf@cencenelec.eu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anna. Now we'll present you the quick search. So the quick search is an application that enables the users to search in an easy and a direct way on CEN CENELEC BT decisions, on standardization work, or on technical bodies. You can access this tool via this direct link or again via the CEN and CENELEC experts areas. who are the users for Quick Search? So all Projex-Online users can connect to Quick Search and consult standardization work and technical body information. However, regarding the consultation of BT decision, this is restricted to the CEN BT members and the CENELEC permanent delegates, and also since May of this year to the CEN and CENELEC TC and subcommittees secretaries and chairs. So I will now go online to show you the tool. So this is the landing page of the Quick Search applications. So what you just need to do is to type a keyword. You can use a two-word or a phrase. We have a case sensitive or exact word phrase boxes that you can tick here. Then you have already some results appearing, but on the left menu, you can select a category. So you can either choose a technical body decision. If you have access to it, you see the category decision, or standards. So for example, if I select body, it will give me more filters that I can apply. For example, the organization or the status. For example, if I select CENELEC, it will just give me the CENELEC committees. And if I click on one of them, I will be redirected to the corresponding page on Projex-Online. Here we go. So then I can just remove my filter by clicking on the cross or just push on the reset button. Then I would like to show you the standards. The principle is the same. So if I choose the category standard, it will give me some more filter that I can apply. For example, the organization, the body, if I need to filter on a specific mandate or a directive, or the status of a project. So again, here, if I click on one project, I will be redirected to the Projex-Online page of the work item. And I would like now to show you the decisions. So if I select the category decision, here I can filter on the body, for example, on a meeting, the status of the decision date, or the correspondence deadline. And if I select a specific decision, this will open a tab in the tool itself with information about the decision and the text of the decision, and here any related document related to that decision. Okay, now I give the floor to my colleague Christel for the experts areas.
Thank you, Elisa. Indeed, I will guide you through the expert areas. So before I show you how it looks like, here are the main characteristics of the expert area. So unlike the public website, it's not targeted for the wide audience, but really for technical body officers, experts, and also members. So you have targeted information, like, for example, you can find all our applications and also the related supporting materials like user guides. So a lot of helpful resources for you. There's also a communication part on the key initiatives, where you can find the latest updates about big projects that are ongoing. And there is also a news part and a subscription options, so we can reach out to the expert community. So here, this is the homepage. So you can see, for example, the highlighted square that's send documents. You can find little tags with the targeted audience. And there's also a link on each card to the related supporting materials. So if you click there, it will go to the second slide. It will go here to the trainings and materials section. So here you can find all the user guides and resources that we have grouped per application. And you can easily expand or collapse that by clicking on the little plus that you find on the right side of the screen. Then here we are in the key initiative section. And you can see, for example, a page on digital transformation or the migration to CEN documents with all the related information that is relevant for you, with the updates about the status of the project. Then here it's again on the homepage. You have a little preview of the 4 latest news that have been published with the publication date, the type of news, and the title. But you can also click on the news section or on view all news, and it will get you to the next slide, to this page where you can find all the news articles that have ever been published on this website. And you can also, of course, filter per category. For example, if you want to search for all the trainings, you simply tick the box and then click apply to see the filter selection appear. You can also filter on the audience. So for example, if you want all the things relevant for technical body officers, you just select that, click apply again, and you will see your selection appear. And then on top of the screen, there is this little subscribe to news option. And I really recommend to do this to have a daily recap of all the news that have been published. To subscribe, you simply need to fill in your email and then select the news category for which you want to get an email recap, and then click on subscribe. This will send a confirmation email that you need to find. It can arrive in your spam, so make sure to check that. And then you just need to confirm that you want to subscribe, and you will get this little newsletter every day. And this is only for CEN, so if you want to subscribe for both CEN and CENELEC, you should do it on both expert areas. And I will now give the floor to Eric for the forthcoming evolutions.
Okay, thank you, Christel. So, just some flavor of what's coming next. So, first thing, and that's for CEN and CENELEC, that's the online collaborative authoring solution. So, and this project pursues two objectives. The first one is to provide a true collaborative environment, which is not the case for the time being, either on a collaboration platform or also on CEN document. So these platforms are just there to exchange Word document, but there is no really collaborative features within these platforms. So this is a project which is ongoing, as I said, and so also there are some other, I would say, interesting features that will be provided, like support editing rules embedded in the feature, and also I would say some features to ease a little bit the drafting of the standards. For instance, when you want to introduce normative reference, you can start typing the reference, and there will be an automatic lookup in the CEN CENELEC database, so that you can find existing reference within our database and insert them automatically as reference standards. So there is already a few working group who are taking part of the pilot, and so it's more kind of iterative process where we are further developing the tool based on the feedback we received from the working groups who are using it in the pilot. So maybe we can move to the next slide. So for the time being, we are strongly focusing on the authoring part. So the work which is done at working group level to draft the standards, but also to collect the comments and handle the comments. And that's also features which is very interesting in this tool. So the handling of the commenting. But so in the future, it's also foreseen to connect that to the official members commenting. So which is coming through the official inquiry. and as a second step also to enhance the editing, which is also meant to provide tools for the editing done at CCMC level on the standards. So, and this project deadline is by the end of 2022, and the implementation is foreseen from that date, at least on a voluntary basis. I said there are two objectives for this tool. So the second one is also to give the possibility to, with this tool, to create a clean and high quality XML. So you know that there is more and more demand to provide standards in XML format to our end users and industry, because it's providing certain added value. So with these tools, we are able to create high quality XML from the very start. Okay, and next slide. And the next one is for CENELEC only. It's the CENELEC meeting registration system. So up to now, so this is a feature which is already available in CEN, and I guess you had a presentation previously in the previous session. But unfortunately for CENELEC, the registration to meeting is still based on an email exchange. So the objective here is to provide a platform which allows the TC Secretary to create a meeting, and then for the members to register through this platform. So this is a feature which is already available on in IEC. And we introduced a request to IC to extend that to CENELEC already, I think 4 or 5 years ago. Unfortunately, the platform was not designed in a way that it can be extended to other organizations. But now IC is planning to review this application next year and hopefully extend it also to CENELEC. So, thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Anna, Christel as well, Elisa. Well, I think it was very clear, very good overview, because we had one single question that came in. So maybe it's worth replying that right away. Should the attendees have other questions, of course, they can still enter them in the Q&A. Should you have questions afterwards, of course, there were different point of contacts mentioned on the slides. You can get in contact with them when it is necessary. Elisa, did you want to say something?
No, I'm waiting to see if we have some questions coming to the Q&A box.
Okay. There is one, right? Do you see that? Someone is asking if the tool is only for new projects, or can they use the collaborative authoring platform to revise standards?
Yeah, so for the time being, so if the tool is used to revise an existing standards, it means that there are two options here. So which is either to create the standards within, so we are using a tool which is called Fonto XML. So either we create the standards within Fonto, which requires that we have already the standards in a clean XML format. And anyway, so once it's done, there is a review to be done by the TC secretary, because they can always have some broken links, or the process is not 100% foolproof. Or the other way is also to copy paste the existing document within the tool. So, but it's still something that has to be, I would say, further. I would say the process of revision is still to be further explored, I would say. So what we would like to do now, because what we want to do is to further explore and to get feedback on the features of the tool. So the more interesting for us is when people have ready to create the standards more or less from scratch. When the standard is almost ready, and then it's just a few adjustments, there is less interesting, I would say, feedback from that.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Someone's asking, I think it was not tackled during the presentation, what is iProjects?
Yeah, this one I can answer. We haven't presented iProject because it's not a tool used by the technical body officers. It's more a tool that is used by our members to provide CCMC with bulk data, for example, regarding national implementations or translation of titles, technical bodies scopes and technical body titles in other languages, etc.